Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue and Matchday 6 is the match day when we are gonna watch PSG Olympique Marseille. But there is a lot of things going on in Marseille. In this case, Alain Valnegri, there is a war between the supporters and the president, the Spanish Pablo Longoria.
Yes, good morning, Edu. Good morning, everybody. Yes, a lot of problem beginning of the season, difficult out in the Champions. The last game against Toulouse at home made angry the fans. Now we will be check. We will be wait the evolution. Marcelino is off, and now we will be see if Longoria still like president. But yes, the beginning of the season is difficult for Olympique de Marseille, and is a difficult week because there will be play against Ajax, and after there will be play against Paris Saint-Germain in Paris.
We are doing this video on Wednesday, so probably today Marcelino will leave the club. He's not even traveling to Amsterdam, and there is a lot to talk about. Marseille, Olympique Lyon had these problems only 2 weeks ago, so it's very hot in France. It's very hot, Alain, also in Oddspedia, over 20k subscribers. So don't forget, guys, if you enjoy our videos, press the like, subscribe, comment anything about French football, and now let's go on with the show. And don't forget as well that we have an exclusive offer with 1xBet only for our audience. A welcome bonus up to 130%. You can see when 1xBet website right now. Use the promo code Oddspedia YouTube. You have the link in the description, and you can get this fantastic welcome bonus. Is fantastic. Also, the first game we have to analyze. Usually we have very good games on Friday evening, I have to say, in France, Alain, and I'm talking about Monaco. Nice, Monaco, top of the table still, even if they drop points against Lorient. Lorient got the equalizer in the very last minute, but at home they've won everything. They've scored 6 goals in the Ligue, already 15 goals scored this season. And Nice got the biggest surprise so far in this Ligue 1, beating PSG in the Parc des Princes with Mofi scoring a brace.
Yes, it's the biggest game of the week. Is the derby weeks, because we have the derby Monaco-Nice and another derby we'll be speaking right now. Now Monaco, the number speak for Monaco. Monaco at home is really strong from the beginning of the season. But it's a derby. It's a derby, and there will be meet right now the best defense in Ligue 1. And that one, I am really curious about the game Nice can doing. Nice with Farioli in the bench start to have an identity, start to know how they wanna play. We saw in Paris Saint-Germain a strong defense and a transition really fast with Mofi feel really comfortable in that type of situation of play. For this game, in the last 10 games, Nice won only one time in Monaco, but it was the last season. And I think Lille, in my opinion, is be able to catch points in Monaco. I choose the double opportunity. X2 odds 1.82.
First surprise for Alain Valnegri. This is the first in the standings against the third. Is this a better game than PSG Marseille?
Right now, yes. Yes, because Monaco is 30 kilometers, and it's always a show to watch the Nice fans in the Louis II. Practically, Nice play two derby at home against Monaco, and they have always this challenge to win in Monaco is not frequently, but the team arrived well, and I have a good feeling for Nice catch point in Monaco.
All right. Someone is asking about Arsenal in the Champions League. We have a video for the Champions League. We have a video for the Europa League. So you can go to our channel and check them out. Next game, also a derby on Saturday. Nantes, Lorient, key victory for Nantes against Clermont. Probably was a relegation 6-pointer at home. They've already drawn 2 games against big opposition like Monaco and Olympique Marseille, whereas for Lorient, only 1 defeat this season against Le Havre. This game kind of smells like a draw if we check what both teams have been doing this season so far.
Yes, it can be a draw. Every derby can be a draw every time. Now, not won in Clermont, but the content was really interesting because they dominate the game. And that one, after the really difficult beginning of the season, probably one of the worst team in Ligue 1, not showed the skills to revert this situation. And I think the victory in Clermont means more than 3 points because they finally start his season. Now, in a derby with Lorient is always a special game. They're not won any game at home. Is true the schedule was difficult because it was Marseille and Monaco the first game and Toulouse. 3 teams played in Europe, and that maybe against Lorient there can be play with less pressure against a Lorient who known the model of play of Le Brise perfectly. We saw that against Monaco, they have the skills to have the continuity in the game to catch a draw in the extra time, and Lorient will be playing this game really confident. I think during the summer they played each other in Lorient in a friendly game. Lorient won 3-1, but after Lorient, when they play in Nantes in Ligue 1, they have a lot of problem because in the last 10 games there won only 1 in Nantes. For this reason, I choose not winning 2.38.
Okay, you trust the home team. You liked what Nantes showed against Clermont in the previous game. Also on Saturday, we have Brest. Lyon, very interesting this one because we have the same odds for Brest and Lyon probably. If we saw this game 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, Lyon were going to be favorites, but Brest have started the season brilliantly. They are second with 10 points. They beat Reims away in the last game. For instance, this stadium, Stade Francis Le Bleu, has been visited by Lens and Rennes, and they couldn't win. And Lyon, Alain, still with many problems, still with no victories. They drew against Le Havre, and we were discussing about the new manager in our previous video. Well, we have an Italian manager. I'm sure you know him very well, Fabio Grosso, a legend.
Yes, a world champion since 2006. He played in Lyon during his player career. The last season, he won the Serie B in Italy with Frosinone, but in Serie A, we doesn't have Grosso, we don't know the experience with a top team, with the pressure, with the situation, because Lyon against Le Havre, we saw a team unconfident, play scared, and that one can be a big limit. Now Brest, in my opinion, is the biggest surprise in the Ligue 1, in the beginning of the league. Strong victory in Reims, unexpected, and that one, if Brest start to win away, Brest will be fight for the European spot, because at home they're brilliant. The last game they lose at home was the 11th March against Paris Saint-Germain. 9 months without lose a game in Francis Leblay. After in the football, we know the streak. When you are in a positive streak, normally you have that chance to win the game. When do you suffer a lot? And Brest is in this moment. I think Lyon is very, very. I don't see Lyon winning in Brest. I choose Brest winning. 𝐿𝐴 odds 1.18.
Draw no bet for Brest. It's been a strange season so far in France, Alain. We have bottom of the table Lens playing Champions League, Lyon, a historic team. We have PSG fifth. We have Olympique Marseille with all the problems that we are going to talk about in some minutes. It's been strange and very interesting, full of surprises, this Ligue 1 so far. One of the positive surprises actually is Metz. Next game, Metz, Strasbourg, both in the east of France. I'm not sure if this is considered also a derby. I think so. Alain and Metz again. They've got a great comeback in Ligue 1 with 8 points. They even beat Lens 1-0 away in a very difficult pitch. So no defeats yet. Whereas for Strasbourg, we can say also that it's been positive with 7 points. They lost both away games, but they've been strong at home.
Yes, is the trend, is historically trend for Strasbourg. We saw that from the beginning of the season. It's a really young team. And you can have that type of difference in the average of points between the game at home and away. Away, since now we saw 2 defeats. No goal score away, and in the content, a team totally different respect to the team play in La Méno, in the attitude, in the rhythm, in the technically analysis. Metz is strong team, is defensive team, is a team managed really well the direct play. In the collective perspective, is a team that lose 𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐭𝐿𝐴, he's goal scorer, but there doesn't suffer about that, and that one I think is the best answer for Metz, for the fans of the team of Lorient. Now we see, we check, we analyze the Metz at home, Strasbourg away, the moment of the season, and the strengthness about the psychological management of the game. I think Metz is more mature about Strasbourg, and I choose Metz winning. The odds are really, really high, but we must to try. Metz winning, odds 3.05.
Really, really high. They are the underdog for this game. If you are more cautious, of course, you can go for Asian Handicap 0 or draw no bet. So if there is a draw, you get your money back, or even see the double chance for Metz plays really well, 1.6 almost. So Alain is going and backing Metz. The other newly promoted team, Le Havre, doing great things as well. Next game, Le Havre Clermont, 6 points. They drew against Lyon away. at home so far, 2 games, defeat against Brest, victory against Lorient, and they are hosting one of the worst teams so far in Ligue 1, Clermont, with only 1 point, especially Alain. They've only scored goals in 2 games.
But it's one of the biggest news is Le Havre is back. It's the older club in France, and Le Havre work really well in the sport office because they have a really clear idea of the model of play. They want a clear idea which profile they need to the team. There doesn't made a lot of movement. They give continuity about the last season in Ligue 2, and the things are working really well. We saw very good results from the beginning of the season for Le Havre. We saw the team be able to win against Lorient. The only team can beat Lorient, the draw in Rennes and in Lyon. Maybe only the game against Brest was the baddest, but Brest is second in the table, and that one speaks really well for Le Havre. Clermont, in the last game, when I saw the game Clermont-Nantes, I start to ask me if 𝐿𝐨𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐿 is the profile of the manager they need, because he worked really well. He do a brilliant job. He put Clermont in the Ligue 1. 2 seasons he saved the category with mention, but the beginning of the season started is the worst moment for 𝐿𝐨𝐧𝐽 since he sit in the bench of Clermont. And against Nantes, it was an opportunity to catch points. It was an opportunity to change the tendency and start to some points. And in the content, I don't see the team with the blood in the eyes. I see a team with resignation, and that one can be a limit, especially against a team against Le Havre who play really confident. They have that euphoria about the promotion, and for this game, I think Le Havre will be win this game. Odds are really high, 2.65 for Le Havre winning.
High odds in this game from this relegation battle. Le Havre, Clermont, two teams that are playing in Europe this season and in this week. Lens in the Champions League, they are playing in Seville. Toulouse in the Europa League, but really bad start still for Lens. They are unable to win a game so far, only 1 point. They are even losing at home. They lost to Metz, and usually the Volaille de Lille is a fortress for Lens. I'm not sure if we should back Lens with 1.77 because I guess, or 1.78 because I guess, Alain, at one point they have to start winning games, no?
Yes, both teams change a lot. Both teams made a brilliant season last, but in this moment, Lens suffer more. The player leave the team. Lens, they have a strong problem in the midfield. In the midfield, because I don't see the team with the consistency about the last season. Is weak, the team right now. They concede a lot of transition. They have a lot of problem to control the game in positional attack. And Fofana gave some alternative at this moment that doesn't have. The midfield can be break the midfield and defensive line in conduction like Fofana that doesn't have that one, especially with the power. And Toulouse is in a good moment. Toulouse start well the season. Toulouse lose a lot of key player about last season, but they have the ability, the skills to catch and signal player who can give to the team the quality to conserve his position in the middle of the table. Now, the question is, with Europe, it will be the same. Fortunately for Toulouse, there will be meet a team played two during this week in European competition. In Marseille, I was really surprised about the content of Toulouse. I think and I hope that can be reproduced that game in Lens. I choose Toulouse doesn't lose, double opportunity X2, odds 2.25.
You are about surprises this weekend. We are seeing a lot so far in Ligue 1, and Alain thinks this could be another surprise. Later on Sunday, we have Montpellier Rennes. Here, my eyes go to the goals market. Actually, in the stats that we have for the Ligue 1, we have a fire next to Montpellier and Rennes, because this should be a both teams to score. It says like 80% of the games for both teams ended in both teams to score. So basically 4 out of 5. And Montpellier, 9 goals scored, 9 goals conceded. Rennes, 10 goals scored, 6 goals conceded. Alain, so this should be a goal feast.
Yes, it's the first reflex when we watch Montpellier, Rennes. Is normally to think about the BTTS. Now, Rennes doesn't lose from the beginning of the season, but Rennes draw the last 4 games. And in my opinion, the schedule was not so difficult for Rennes, especially at home, because you can draw in Lens at the beginning of the season. You can draw against the surprise of the biggest surprise of the season in Brest is a derby, but at home against Lille, against Le Havre, especially in Brest is a derby, but at home you must win the game. And Rennes start to show the limit in the attitude they had away, but now they show that at home, and that one, I think, for the fans of Rennes is a problem. It's a problem. They must to invert fast this limit, and in Montpellier is a good opportunity because Montpellier let you play. Montpellier concede a lot in defense, and Rennes feel comfortable against that type of team. But I can't choose to play in the goal market. I choose over 2.75 goals, odds 1.99.
I can understand why. We were checking the stats that we see in Oddspedia, and this game looks like it's going to have a lot of goals. Also, if we choose the stats for over 2.5 goals, we find Monaco, 5 out of 5 games were over 2.5 goals, but also Montpellier, 4 out of 5. So I guess we should see goals here. And next game, we have PSG Olympique Marseille on Sunday evening. PSG, Alvaro was absolutely sure that they were going to beat Dortmund in the Champions League. And indeed, the odds were very good. And they beat Dortmund with Mbappé scoring another goal. Also, Hakimi scored a beauty. But in the Ligue 1, they were unable to win 3 out of 5 games. This is very poor record for Luis Enrique, and I guess this should be a victory, thinking how Marseille arrives to this game. No, it's so bad, the situation in Marseille.
Yes, we can ask us if the defeat against Nantes is an accident or it's a classical game will be repeat when they play in the Parc des Princes. In my opinion, it was an accident. They meet a strong team, a team with clear idea, with a match plan really well drew about Farioli. Now Marseille doesn't have a manager because Jean-Pierre Papin, the legend striker of Olympique de Marseille, will be the manager for the next game. Marseille play in Amsterdam this week. In my opinion, is the worst moment for Marseille to play a classique this season. Paris Saint-Germain, I follow. It was an accident against Nice. We saw that against Dortmund, a good victory about the Parisian team yesterday in Champions League, and I think there will have continuity. I don't see Marseille catch any point right now in Paris. Paris will be really motivated for that game, and I choose PSG winning. The odds are really interesting. 1.76 for PSG winning.
It's funny, Alain, these high odds for PSG. We saw it in the Champions League against Dortmund, a Dortmund that they are not great so far in the Bundesliga. And also these are really high odds for PSG. The bookies don't trust the team.
Yes, but the last week too, the odds were 1.65, I think. And it's strange to see that type of odds when they play at home.
Well, let's take them. Let's take them for sure and be quick because I think these odds are gonna go down when we go closer to the kickoff. And we have one more game. It's gonna be played on Tuesday. I don't know why, actually. We have Lille, Reims. Strange that this game is going to be played on Tuesday. Lille with 8 points. They beat Nantes and Montpellier in the two home games. They are usually very strong at home, playing conference. And Reims, they've scored, by the way, in all games of the season so far.
Yes, I think Lille right now is a lucky team. The events during the game are always a favor for Lille, because in the content against Montpellier, they doesn't deserve to win. The game in Rennes, they managed really bad his results with two goal up. You can't draw that game. In Rijeka, they suffered a lot. They will be played this week in conference against Ljubljana, and Stade de Reims arrive after their defeat. They lose the game against Brest at home, but in the content, Reims was better than Brest. Reims can be or feel comfortable against the team who won the possession of the ball, the control of the game, because when they play in a counter attack, Reims is really dangerous team. Now I think Reims will lose this game. I choose a double opportunity, because I think the difference between both teams are not like that. I choose 1.95 𝐿2 for Reims doesn't lose in Lille.
Another surprise then to end the video. Alain Valnegri, Desta, Marcel are really poor. They need time for the new players to adapt and also to find a new manager. Well, a lot of things going on in the Hexagon in France. Alain, which one is your favorite bet this weekend?
Montpellier over 1.5 goals, odds 1.25.
Okay, in the game, no, I guess Montpellier run at least 2 goals in that game. And yours, ACCA?
Brest 1x no bet. Le Havre winning, Montpellier over 2.575 goals, PSG winnings for a total 14.87.
You are generous this week. If you catch this ACCA of 15, we'll give you a prize.
We try. We can't solve the 100% of success. We know that is advice.
Yeah. But well, let's try. Thanks, Alain Valnegri. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget, just press the like and subscribe. See you next week with more Ligue 1. Bye bye.
Ciao.